Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new, and welcome back Arsenal. Finally Arsenal have a game again after having 10 days off since our last game against Crystal Palace, which we won 5-0. And now we're back this week, two big Premier League games, starting tomorrow night away at Nottingham Forest and then finishing Sunday at home to Liverpool, a game that will be massive in any potential title race that Arsenal may not still be in. But yeah, game I'll actually be at, so I'm looking forward to that. But can't look too far ahead, and we've got to tackle what's in front of us first, which is Nottingham Forest away. A ground we've not done too well in recent years. We lost there last season 1-0, which confirmed Man City as champions and also confirmed Nottingham Forest survival in the Premier League. And the season before that, we played them in the FA Cup, which we got knocked out of in the first round. Shock, because that all seems to be what happens under Arteta lately. But yeah, this is a massive game for Arsenal. Like I said, if Arsenal want to maintain, being in the title race, and mathematically, of course, we are right in it. But if we want to push for as long as possible and, have any chance of winning the league, in my opinion, we've got to go on a really big run up until we face Manchester City, which will be the match day 30, I believe. And I think we have to win every game up until then. And that will include beating Liverpool on Sunday, which will obviously bring us closer to them as well, as they're currently 5 points ahead of us, I believe. But the run started against Crystal Palace, and now it needs to continue against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, with all due respect to them, they are a team we should be expected to beat. They do have some very good, talented players. Obviously, they've got Morgan Gibbs-White, who's their standout player. Anthony Elanga, I think, has gone there and done really well. I didn't really understand why United sold Anthony Elanga. Anytime I watched him for United, I always thought, personally, he was one of their better players. Definitely better than the likes of Anthony. Better than Jadon Sancho for United, I'd say, as well. And they've got that centre-back, Morello, I believe his name is. I've been relatively impressed with him. I think he looks a decent enough player. And, overall, they've got so many players on for us, haven't they? You could reel off a few of them. Chris Wood, who's in form at the minute and playing well. So, yeah, they do have some dangers. But like I said, realistically, with all due respect to them, if Arsenal want to be in a title race, they have to be beating Nottingham Forest. It's just as simple as that. It's obviously the reverse fixture of the first game of the season when we did beat them 2-1 at the Emirates. I was actually at that game as well. And 2-1, I do think possibly flattered them slightly. I mean, we weren't at our scintillating, breathtaking best, but, we went 2-0 up by half-time. Goals from Eddie and Nketiah and Saka scored a goal, which is Saka scored a goal as well, which I would say is probably the best goal he's ever scored for Arsenal. Cutting in from the right and putting it in the top corner past Matt Turner. And then they scored a goal in the second half on the counter-attack. Anthony Elanga, like I said, one of their danger men. It was our corner, sprinted the length of the pitch, squared it to Awani, so I don't know how you say his name. And he scored to make it 2-1. But then we saw the game out relatively comfortable from then. And yeah, it's like I said, we haven't had, recent success going to Forest's ground, but it's something we need to change. And, some early team news from Arteta's conference. Thomas Partey was everyone thought maybe we'll start getting his first minutes back against Forest. Hopefully get half hour or so ready to then hopefully play a big part against Liverpool on Sunday. However, Arteta has confirmed that Partey will not be in the squad for Forest. He's not quite ready yet. And, maybe the first time we'll see him will be in the squad against Liverpool on Sunday, but who knows. Really frustrating and a big blow. Look, we've been without Partey pretty much the whole season anyway, so it shouldn't really be as a surprise to me or annoy anyone, but when you see him in training and you believe he's going to be playing again and hopefully have a big impact on the game on Sunday when we are going to really need him, it is frustrating that he won't be in the squad. He also said that there'll be late fitness tests to Declan Rice and Gabriel. I fully think both of them will play. I know they both come off against Palace. Declan Rice walked off saying something with his hammy. And Gabriel, I can't remember really what happened to him. Might have been a knee problem. But I don't really expect any of them to miss the game, and I've not been too worried about them. But it's a game we have to get right, and you know, if Gabriel and Declan Rice were missing, it would be massive blows, and it would make the game, you know, so much harder if they're both not playing. Speaking on Arteta quickly, just going quickly away from the game. Obviously, there was reports breaking from an outlet in Spain last night, saying that Arteta is, you know, decided to leave Arsenal end of the season, and apparently he's told of, you know, his family and everyone that he's leaving. And, you know, it caused a little bit of a reaction on Twitter. I think a lot of people didn't really believe it. I think a lot of people knew that it was bullshit. I knew it was bullshit. As soon as I said it, someone messaged in the group chat saying, have you seen this Arteta news? I said, I don't even need to bother reading it because I just know it's crap. Arteta, I don't think will be going anywhere. Obviously, these links come from Xavi leaving Barcelona at the end of the season. And, you know, naturally Arteta's name is just going to be linked with that job as he's Spanish. He's come through the academy at Barcelona. It's just a natural link to make. And I didn't believe it for a second. I think Arteta will sign a new contract before the end of the season and will stay on at Arsenal. Obviously, another big manager leaving the Premier League, Jurgen Klopp. That's come as a big shock this week. I don't know if I've spoke about it in any other videos. I don't think I have. Big blow for Liverpool, but we'll talk about that more in the Liverpool preview. But you know, the biggest compliment I can pay to him is that I'm happy that he's leaving, to be honest. Great manager, but yeah, like I said, we'll speak about that more in the Liverpool preview. Yeah, so just going to run through my predicted 11, what I can see Arteta and Arsenal going with, and my predicted score. In goal will be David Raya. Obviously, you know, unless he's injured, he's going to play. And to be honest, against Palace, he had probably his best game for Arsenal, or one of his better games anyway. And, you know, I've come to terms that, you know, Ramsdale's done. So, Raya in goal. Ben White will play at right back unless any injuries occur, but Ben White will be playing. And again, I think he looked better against Palace again. You know, maybe that little winter break helped him because there was rumours that he's been playing with a slight knock. So, he looked better against Palace and hopefully long may that continue and he has another good game against Forest. Centre-back, Saliba will definitely be one of them. And as long as Gabriel's fit, he will be the other. As I say in every single video I talk about, they are our main two centre-backs. If they're fit, they play, simple as. And, you know, they make us a much better team. Left-back Zinchenko played really well against Palace again. And like I said with Zinchenko, against 80 to 85% of the teams in the league, or who we play in general in the season, Zinchenko's perfectly fine. He's not the greatest defender. I do think his defensive abilities get slightly exaggerated. I don't think he's as bad as some people make him out to be. But, you know, he is a bit dodgy. I'm not saying he's not. But, yeah, he played really well against Palace. And when he is playing well, when he gets on the ball for Arsenal, we are just a better team. He makes us play and, you know, he makes us more unpredictable. You see him popping up left wing, right wing, centre mid, left back. He's just impossible to mark. So Zinchenko will be playing left back. DM, I'm going to go with, well, the three in midfield, the deepest, I will go with Jorginho. For me, he should play against Palace. I really liked his cameo, and I love how Jorginho plays. I've said it before, and I just wish that he was a few years younger and more mobile, because I just love how he plays. And I think we're a better team when Jorginho plays at the moment. Until you get Thomas Partey up and running that full fitness, I think Jorginho has to play for Arsenal. I think he makes up our best midfield three. With the two men in front of him, that will be Declan Rice to the left. Obviously, probably Arsenal's player of the season so far. And then the skipper, Martin Odegaard, to the right of the midfield. And then the front line, Saka, I'm pretty sure will play on the right wing. I can't see him being dropped or moved, as we don't really have a natural replacement for him, even if he did need a rest or anything. But, you know, he got an assist in the last game, albeit from a corner, but which they have now given to Gabriel, by the way. You know, after that Palace game, they tried to say Gabriel's second goal was an own goal. Arsenal appealed it, as they should do, and now it has been given to Gabriel, which means Gabriel's now got 3 goals for the season, and Saka is now up to 6 goals and 7 assists. So, you know, not bad numbers for Saka, considering he's not having the greatest season performance-wise. Which I'm sure he'll know himself. But yeah, Saka to the right, Jesus down the middle, and I really need a big game from Jesus. I need him to start scoring goals, man. I've got a bet with one of my Chelsea mates between him and Nicholas Jackson, who scores the most goals. And obviously Jesus was injured for a bit. And Nicholas Jackson is shit, but he's running away with it at the minute. I think it's like 7-3 or something like that. So I need Jesus, please, brother. Start scoring some goals. I need you. And then to the left, I think Trossard will keep his place. It wouldn't surprise me if Martinelli comes back in, but I think Trossard will keep his place. I know Martinelli come on against Palace and scored 2 goals, and people say maybe deserves to play, but I do think the circumstances of the game really helped that. The fact that we were 3-0. Palace, were pushing up and were tired, and Martinelli's pace on the break and the space in behind made it easy for him to get them goals. And, maybe it could be another scenario. Hopefully we get a goal or 2 up against Forest and then bring Martinelli on with a bit of space in behind against tired legs, and he can run them ragged. And Trossard did play relatively well against Palace. He scored a goal as well. And I think against a team that may potentially be a lower block, I think it might be a good idea to have Trossard and just get his trickery around the box and his movement where he can go inside, into the middle, etc. So that's my predicted 11. Score. Ooh, I don't really know what I fancy in this. I'm a bit nervous about in this game. I'm not going to lie, because we've not been playing too well lately. We lost our last away game to Fulham, and it was a poor performance. So I am a bit dubious about it, and our record recently at Forest's ground hasn't been great. So I'm still going to back us, and I'm hoping, we put some of them bad performances behind us. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Arsenal win. Hopefully we'll be more comfortable than that. But the main thing, the boys and Arteta need to do, get a win, get out, no injuries, on to Liverpool on Sunday. We've got to go into that Liverpool game as a very minimum 5 points behind them, and then look to beat them on Sunday and close the gap. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think the 11 will be pretty much the same as it was against Palace, or do you think there will be some changes? Would you make any changes in your predicted score? Please do like, comment, subscribe and share. Really trying to grow the channel will mean a lot. And yeah, speak to you guys probably, I'll try to do Wednesday if I get the time to record the video, but I've got a busy day Wednesday. But yeah, talk to you after the game, and hopefully we'll be talking about an Arsenal win and I won't be on here having a meltdown. Thanks guys, enjoy your week and talk to you soon. Bye bye.